can lie or they can what's called confabulate. In other words, fill in memories that they don't really have. There is absolutely no evidence. The women's story is supported only by the claim of Betty Cash that she had serious health problems after the alleged incident. He claims to have been abducted, and in fact, the mayor of his own town, Ed Gray III, has denounced this case as a hoax. I agree for many reasons.
I've never said that I've been abducted. I said
you have never said that. Reread
I have
your book.
never, quote, read my lips. I have never said.
After 40 years of UFO reports, there is not a single bit of physical evidence.
Pilots were no better than ordinary civilians. Being a pilot does not improve your powers of perception.
In an attempt to cover up the truth.
You are a goddamned liar, Mike Rogers, and I have caught you in falsehood after falsehood,
no, you have not,
you know
sir.
it.
No.
Psychologically troubled people who, instead of going to trained psychotherapists, experienced psychotherapists who can help them, instead they are turning to the amateur, the UFO abduction therapist.
Why not ask Philip if he's interviewed any of the witnesses?
I have interviewed those who are familiar with the hard evidence.
Have you interviewed any of the witnesses to the Roswell crash? Any of them?
No.
No.
All right.
Let's get the people in authority to say what they're doing with our tax dollars and what they're finding out.
Okay, Phil, you say what?
Well, Oprah, I have never read a book labeled nonfiction that is riddled with so many errors of fact.
You're talking about...
Seen me or met me.
Well, you know,
there are all kinds of errors of fact.
First of all, your reaction.
Well,
what do you think of this?
Sitting back there and listening and watching the two ladies' story, I got a telepathic message, which seemed to be from an extraterrestrial saying those two ladies are telling fantasy. Now, I don't know. It was a telepathic message I got.
Well, let's assume that they're not lying.
They describe extraordinary extraordinary forms of energy that seem to appear out of nowhere, disappear into nowhere, can change shapes dynamically, and yet are physical.
Message. Very quickly, have you ever worked for the government in any capacity?
Never been paid a penny, except when my dear mother died and I got a Social Security benefit.
Okay, you'll have lectures Friday and Saturday at the Spring Valley Library. The number's in the phone book. Thanks very much for being here.
Thank you, Julie.
We'll be right back.
It's the mayor's word against you, and you have 2 convicted felonies on your record. You served time, once for forgery, once for
When I was an 18-year-old boy, I did get in trouble with the law. But what that has to do with UFOs, only Phil Klass knows. Now, this type of ridicule